The question is that this load combination, for example, number 7, it contain a vertical earthquake component, actually the effect from the vertical earthquake and the effect from horizontal earthquake, right. So, there is one load combination number 6 which has positive EV and 7 have minus EV. So, the reversibility of vertical earthquake component is accounted already when we separately make a load combination 6, separately make a load combination 7 and then design based on the critical governing load combination. But what about the horizontal component of this earthquake EH? If we are using ELF procedure, because you see this EH can come from any of the 3 analysis procedures which can be recommended and used for the design purpose, right. This EH can come from ELF, it can come from RSA which we are currently discussing, and it can also come from time history analysis or response history analysis, right. So, if we are following ELF code based ELF procedure, then at maximum we can have 16 cases just to account for the horizontal effect of earthquake, and those 16 cases are explained here, because we have 2 main directions which are x and y, but in them also x can be rightward and leftward. So, x can be again positive x and minus x. Similarly, y can also be positive y and minus y. You can call it like push or pull, right, in one particular direction. X push and pull, y push and pull. So, 4 cases only for considering the main direction. If you have to apply the earthquake in x and y simultaneously as part of the requirement for considering orthogonality effects, orthogonal loading effects, right. So, orthogonal forces will be obviously if you are required to do that, because there is a condition. If you are inside seismic design category B, there is no need for that, but if you are in the higher seismic design category and there are some condition, you have to do it. So, again orthogonal forces can be considered in 2 manners. One is that you apply x 100% and y 30%, and the other is you apply y 100% and x 30% in a particular direction. See, for example, I select rightward x direction analysis. In that also I can again have the orthogonal cases, further cases, right. So, in that rightward x I can apply, let us say 100% of x and 30% y, or 100% y plus 30% x. The eccentricity which is required to account for accidental torsion can again have positive and negative signs and can again have 2 directions, x and y, right. So, if you consider all these 3, you can say combinations, you will finally end up in these 16 cases on top, right, only for horizontal effect of earthquake, for a 3D building which is required to be applied with orthogonal loading, right, and which is required to be applied with accidental torsional moment as well, right. So, these are 16. For example, that your x direction force is the 100% and y is 30%, right. So, a longer arrow in blue color is showing 100% eccentric force and 30% centered force, which means it is applied with no eccentricity. So, you are considering in the first case, you are considering eccentricity only in plus y direction and no eccentricity in the y direction, only in plus y direction, which means the x direction forces will be multiplied with this eccentricity to give you the torsional moment, accidental torsional moment. In second case, same as the first case, only I apply now the main force in minus x direction. So, it is plus x direction main force 100% force, it is minus x direction 100% force. So, similarly you keep on making new cases. So, you will finally end up in 16 cases. So, blue color longer arrow is showing you the main force 100% eccentric force, and the black color is showing a 30% centered force, just to include for including the effect of orthogonal loading effect, right. So, you will end up in 16. So, it is like 2 directions of eccentricities multiplied by 2 signs of those eccentricities multiplied by in one particular direction 2 further positive and negative directions, and multiplied by the 2 main orthogonal directions x and y. So, this will give you 16 possible cases for ELF. So, if you are following ELF with its full complexity, then this EH will be actually replaced by 16 separate load cases one by one, if you are following a program in which you have to make a separate load case for each of the case of ELF. But for example, ETABS have that facility that it can create sub cases in one case or sub patterns. So, while you are making a ELF load pattern, you can just check that you want to apply x as well as x plus eccentricity as well as x minus eccentricity, similarly for y. So, it will create all these sub cases also, right, and ultimately the critical of them will be used for the purpose of design. So, it is either you combine them using that software capability, or use separately replace them one by one in your load combinations. Ultimately you will be designing for the most critical one, right.